Good morning, friends. Here we are back at it in my office after 2 crazy days of beautiful snow, blizzard-like snow here in the Twin Cities. After 4 days of my kids having off for Easter break, they get back to school this morning, and we get back to our nuggets where we're digging for God's truth and see how it encourages our lives and directs our lives. So let's do a couple flips here and see where we end up. We are in the yellow Hope in God section. Here is Psalm 62, verses 5 through 8. And let's take a listen to these verses of hope. For God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation, my fortress. I shall not be shaken. On God rests my salvation and my glory. My mighty rock, my refuge is God. Trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Lots of thoughts in there. Let's pause for a moment. I'm going to pray and see what God bubbles up into my thinking for us. In yesterday's episode, we talked about the sovereignty of God. And here we have God described for us as a rock, a fortress, a refuge, a mighty rock. And so the idea yesterday of the sovereignty of God being a foundation for us, a concrete floor that we can build our house on, build our life on. That's kind of the picture here given to us in this verse. But now in this verse, and what comes to my mind today is the relationship between our hoping in his solidness for us and how do we access that hope? And this verse talks about it. Before we see it in the verse, I'll explain it this way. My kids know that Daddy loves to help. They already know I love to help in most things that they need. They know that I can help. I can help them make their bed when their sheets are all yanked out from playing. They know that I can help with homework because I used to be in 3rd grade or 6th grade. They know that I can help, but just knowing it doesn't get them any help. The help comes to them when they call out, Dad, I need your help. Without the call out, they don't get the help. In this verse, it says 4 or 5 times, God is our rock, God is our fortress, God is our helper. But it says 2 times that God has a step for us. God has a piece of the process for us. It says in the first verse, for God alone, O my soul, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. It says wait in silence. And then in the last line, in verse 8, it says, trust in him at all times, O people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. And so there is a relational link. We don't just do life by knowing theology. Theology is important. The sovereignty of God is fantastic to know about. It's a great foundation to build our lives on, but there's a relationship dynamic all through the scriptures. God doesn't just want us to know about him far away. He wants us to be knowing him and relating to him. Here we're told, we're invited, we're called to wait in silence. We're invited to pour out our hearts. And I believe the dynamic here and from other places in Scripture is that when we wait, we will experience the rock steady help and hope of God. It says, wait in silence, for my hope is from him. It's as we wait, it's as we seek, it's as we pour out our hearts, as we give God verbally our cares. Not just knowing that he cares far out there, but when we relate to him as the caring one. And so I want to encourage you today, maybe you're a big thinker about God, or maybe you're an often fretter, not thinking about God. Either way, whether you're a big thinker or you're an often fretter, today, link the two, pour out your heart to God. Spend the time, spill the words. Let God be your hope, because you called out, Daddy, help me, I need you, and see what he will do inside your soul today.